Hi, Malo. Yo. The people of Amedzofe are predominantly vegetable farmers who you will find on a cool afternoon like this sitting under the big tree in the center of town. They used to be actually very big yam producers as well. These days, not so much. They're more into the vegetables and so forth. But that is not the beauty of this place. There is a rich history we're about to explore and discover that includes stories of giants, poisoning, a people living at the highest inhabitable point in Ghana, in the center of the Volta region, who are not Evers. Don't speak a word of ever, but have a rich history and culture that I cannot wait to discover. One of the great things about this community is that they take charge of the tourism industry themselves. So they have their own ecotourism center that is run by the community. There's a board of trustees. Every member of it comes from Amedzofe, and they make sure that all the money that they make from this magical site all gets fed back into the community's economy. It's amazing. I can't wait to discover all the details. So why don't you come with me?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens here?
Yes, I was, when our forefathers were moving to this place, they were accompanied by shrine. And that shrine is called Asafo.
Can I go closer?
Yes. We call it Asafo. So the dance that accompanied them in their movement, the whole Afatime, is called the Asafo. And that was the dance that accompanied them.
I see.
Now, the room here has the drums of the Asafo dance. And we perform rites every year for it. It was, I may say, a war dance, but today we try to modernize it for people to get involved and participate in playing and the dancing. So for we in Amedzofe, one of our festivities is the Easter. And when you come here during our Easter period, you dare not even talk about Kwebu. It's one of our major festivities where we display our culture, our tradition, and our history. So during the Easter period, this drum is also brought out, played, and the whole community would dance.
And everybody knows how to dance this Asafo.
Yes, once you are an indigent, because from our childhood we have witnessed it, and automatically you need to participate in it. And you know, the dance is such that it was used by our forefathers for migration, and they were using it to fight enemies. So anytime they are in a community or they are moving into a community, they want to fight with the people, they use the rhythms of the drums to either pursue the enemy or retreat. When
Depending on what they are playing.
Yes. So when they see that they are fighting and the fight is becoming tough and they have to save their people, there is no way you could shout for people to hear what is happening. Then they play the drum. The rhythm of the drum at a point will tell you to retreat. So when you are hearing the rhythm when they hear giddy ding ding giddy ding giddy ding ding giddy ding, it means you have to retreat. It means the war is tough. So those who are behind, please retreat. Don't come in. Retreat. So people will just think that they are only playing drums, but they are using the drum to communicate to their people. Wow. Yes, when they saw that they are fighting and they have conquered the people, it is also, there is a rhythm they play. So when they are playing it, ding, 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 ding. It means you have to pursue the people because you have almost conquered them. So you have to pursue them. So they will rush. So in demonstration of this dance, you see that when they are playing it, they reach a point and everybody will begin to retreat. Everybody will begin to retreat. Everybody will begin to retreat. When they have to pursue, the rhythm will change and everybody will start running. So sometimes if you are new, you wonder, but why? What is happening? Why are people? Because we know the rhythm. And we know what it meant.
Wow.
So we move according to the rhythm of the dance.
That's amazing. I wish I could see it. Well, I guess that's another reason for people to put this on their travel itinerary for Easter, right?
Of course.
So they can come and see for themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
And normally Easter Monday is where this drum is outdoor. It's performed for people to really participate. And you know, when they are going to perform it, we have special way of dressing.
Oh.
Yes, to perform it. And when we finish performing it, what we use some the leaves, we pluck leaves and other things, sticks to perform the dance.
Okay.
With some banana and plantain leaves, we make it into a regalia.
Okay, like the warriors used to wear.
Yes. So you wear it and people will not, you disguise yourself. So people will not identify who is there.
Wow.
And during that period, you will see all of these things being used. And when we finish performing it, at the last, we play normally number of rounds, 12 rounds. If we are not exhausted and we have to complete it, when they are playing the last round, this road here is called the Asafo Road. So by tradition, when anybody dies and you want to go and bury the person, you don't, it's only the traditionalists that use this road for burial.
I see.
Yes. But when you are a Christian, they want to bury you, they don't carry your coffin through this road in the town, because it is basically for traditional or fetish activities.
Okay.
So you wonder those who are around, what of if they die? So they have to contact those who are in charge. They have to pay certain items for rights.
Before
Then,
they can be
yes,
conveyed.
then there is a cloth. A black cloth has to be tied around it at the gate of the Asafo dance as a sign of permission for you to use a dead body who is a Christian to apply this route.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
So when they finish performing the Asafo dance, what happens is that everybody who has participated in the dance and have used any of the sticks, shrubs, regalias and everything, at the last round, we all run from the community gathering area. We all run to the end there and remove everything that we used, put it across the road. Yes. So it means that we are blocking any bad omen from entering the community.
Fascinating.
So that is the last effort we make after performing the dance.
Wonderful.
Yes.
So I know there's a nature trail. Is it ahead of us?
Yes,
Okay.
It's ahead of us.
All right. Now, tell me about modern day Amedzofe. What's the size of the population? About how many people are living here?
Most of our people, because of education, occupation, and other activities, migrate to work outside Amedzofe. The people living in Amedzofe are predominantly peasant farmers. That is a vocation by tradition that our forefathers have left for us. So today in Amedzofe, when you want to talk about the population, I think the census we had in the 2020 was almost about 5,000.
Oh, that's a very big settlement.
Yes, 5,000 people. And you know, we also have the College of Education, which is a university. We also have a technical school, which is also in the community. We have 2 basic schools and the primary schools.
Wow.
Before we continue, you can see this thing here. We call it keseka.
What is it?
So this keseka is when I showed you the Ibo at the community gathering there. When we have performed all the rites there, then they tie certain items at vantage points of the town, the entrance of the town. So we believe that by tradition, these are the things that will protect the community from intruders, diseases, maybe disasters that will come spiritually. So this is the way we fortify the community spiritually against any bad omen, any disaster.
So it's like the power of the shrines sort of being transmitted through these, what are they called?
Keseka.
Keseka.
Yes.
Being transmitted through them to protect the community.
That's it. So we have it at vantage points. So when this thing is here, when you are coming from, there are taboos that we need to observe when these things are established in our communities. So there are certain activities and certain things that will not cross this thing. Such as when you go and harvest a palm fruit, full one, when you didn't cut it into pieces. When you reach here, you have to put it behind. Until you cut it, it doesn't cross. When you go and fetch plantain or banana, the full one, you have to take it and then split it into pieces. When you have not done that, you can't use it to cross. It's a taboo if you use it to cross. When you are carrying a very long firewood, when you reach here, you have to cut it into pieces. If you don't cut it, you reach here, you have to put it down because it's a taboo to use it to cross this place. When you are a woman menstruating, you don't get closer. You don't get closer to this because when you do it, it means you want to cause harm to yourself, and you want also to violate the rules that are governing its rights.
So if you're a woman living in this house, menstruating, and you have to come out and go to work.
Oh, you can go, but just going like a man, you can come and stand around it here. But a woman, you can only pass by.
Right.
You don't get closer to it.
Right.
Yes. You don't get closer to it.
So there are many of them, advantage points.
Yes, advantage points. Advantage points at crossroads, especially of the town. So
and everybody knows about them.
Yes. Anybody that wants to enter the town, you have to meet it first. You know, this also divides our community into 2 parts. We have the Bethel, the Christian community, and the indigenous community.
So we are now about to enter the
Christian community.
Interesting. Yes. And the 2 communities, they live in harmony.
Yes. So in those days when Christianity came, they say you get out of they believe that being a traditionalist is a sin. And anybody who has converted, the Christian community bought the land. That once you are converted to Christianity, you don't stay among the traditionalists anymore.
Oh, I see.
So you have to come out and settle on the land where those taboos are not operating.
Applicable.
Applicable.
Okay.
Yes. So that is it.
Interesting.
So we have now entered Bethel. Bethel is the Christian community, and is the German missionaries who brought the EP Church that acquired the land that is being used as a Christian community. So all the churches in town operate outside those historical monuments. They operate
outside the
behind them.
transmission poles.
Yes, because there are certain things you can't do them when you are within the confines of those keseka. You can't perform them. So that is how our community is also operates.
That's fascinating. I have to say, this is the first time that I have been in a community that has a spiritual force field protecting it. It's new to me. Very fascinating, and I like the history of it and the story behind it, and how the community has still managed to grow outside, the force field, if you like, and you are still one community. That's beautiful.
So we have families who are in the Christian community, but some are also
Their relatives are.
Yes. Those who are living in the Christian community, most of them have their traditional homes.
Yes.
Living in the main town. So they have their main families there. They moved and settled outside so that they will not be bound by our taboos and other things. So most of our traditions, customs, when you get to the Christian aspect, are not
applicable.
Yes.
So where do you live? Christian side or traditional side?
Traditional side.
Okay.
Traditional side. Yes.
So another thing I've noticed about your community, which is different, is that you have kept control of the tourism sector here. You have your own board of trustees running the ecotourism center. You control the information, the storytelling, the access to all the tourism sites. And it's a community-owned initiative. Very different from what we see in other parts of the country. How did you come by that arrangement?
Our community has been in existence for a very long time. And because we were colonized by the Germans and the British, they frequent our place. So there was this man who came from America, visited us, and spent some time with us in the community. And they met the chiefs and the elders and said, no, your community is so wonderful. You have a lot of things that can bring you money, that can help your development. So why don't you come together to develop some of these things and put measures in place that people who normally visit the place go there free, charge, and begin to collect some monies from them. So they put up the people, they saw the chiefs and the elders, they mobilized the community and say, yes, we need to get an office to start operating. We need to get people who will be stakeholders of the whatever venture we want to get into. So we have 5 clans in the town.
Right.
So they said every clan should contribute an amount of, those days, 7 cedis, 50 pesos.
Okay. When was this? Which year are we talking about?
It was in the, I think it's in the 90s.
Okay.
Yes, in the early 90s. So 7 cedis, 50 pesos. In those days it was money.
Yeah.
Big money. So all the clans contributed the money and then formed the group. Now we have the mountain and the waterfall. So every clan where these things are located have decided that we want to offer the things to the community so they can use it to get money for the development of the community. So where the mountain is, the land there belongs to a clan. They said, okay, the community can use the mountain. Whatever they get, they use it for the community development.
Okay.
So it means in the starting point, we didn't involve people. So we ourselves organized our domestic mobilization and started the project.
Good.
So nobody has shares apart from the clans. So from the start, we owned the thing ourselves. And that was how that British, the American taught us to do it.
Do you know his name, this American?
Yeah, I've forgotten his name briefly. But before you leave, I'll get you the name.
Perfect.
So when we did it, we organized ourselves and we got people from every clan to be operating the place. So for all these years, people were operating, doing the management, and whatever they get there, they used to pay the people. Now, time has evolved. The government has also taken notice of the role of tourism. So, you know, the government has also put up an act to manage tourism and tourist attractions. So, when that when that ally was promulgated, we live in an environment that is governed by this. So we were asked by the Volta regional director of tourism that we have to make our operations be conformed with the ally. So we also adopted a new ally. Then we got what is there. So we formed new board, we dissolved the old board, and then formed the new board in conformity with the new ally that is governing tourism.
So who are the new members of the board?
Yes, so we have clan reps, so 5 people, 1 from each clan. Then we have assembly rep. Then we have the chiefs rep. Then we have tourism rep.
Tourism ministry or tourism? Okay.
That is the
government.
They are represented, so we have the assembly representative there, we have the chief's representative there, we have the tourism director as a representative. Then we also got a lawyer on the board. And so that is how then we have our development association.
Right.
Also have their representative on the board.
So now does the government take a share of the revenue that you make?
As we speak now,
good.
We operate and use the revenue to develop our community.
And so does government play any role, maybe in maintenance, or do they provide any support for the tourism that you are doing here, or they are simply represented on the board?
They are simply represented on the board. They haven't played any major role yet. It was when the canopy walkway was set road that they became interested and they participated in passing bylaws that will protect the police and guided them on some of the things they have to do.
Okay.
So financially they have not supported, but I think they use their intellectuals to guide us.
They supported with policy.
Yes, policy formulations.
Okay. So when did the new board get formed, the one that includes government?
Yes, I think we were inaugurated about 2 years ago. Yes.
Okay.
We are supposed to spend 3 years. So we are in the second year. So
Okay.
yeah, that's it. So 2021.
Interesting.
Graduated.